Hey there, folks. Yep, you guessed it, adventures in baking again. I had another batch of cookies, a totally different recipe, turn out weird, and I think I finally figured out why. And the problem is Splenda. Splenda is a lie, more or less. It cannot actually deliver on the whole idea of you can use it in recipes, and it's just like sugar. No, it isn't. It is not. That's why these things don't cook properly and end up all soft and everything like that, because the browning effect, which I knew but had forgotten, that is so vital to so many recipes, especially things like cookies and biscuits and things like that, just doesn't happen if it's Splenda. The browning effect is basically a variation on caramelization. And the thing about caramelization is that it's a very specific reaction between sugar and certain fats, like butter or margarine. And if it's reverse sugar, that shit don't happen. So, Splenda's main claim is just a lie. They like to pretend that there's only a few recipes out there where you might have to use something different, but no, I'd say pretty much just forget their overbroad claim of universality and just do what I'm going to do, which is stick to specifically Splenda recipes from now on. Just, ignore regular sugar. Apparently there's no substitute. And I will only use Splenda-oriented recipes from now on. Also, in the area of the limitations of Splenda, love is a many splendid thing, there is no such thing as Splenda-based icing. Or rather, to clarify, there is no such thing as a Splenda-based sugar-free icing. I went to look it up when I was doing the sugar cookies, because I figured, well, what the hell, I'll do an icing too. No, not going to happen. Absolutely not. Every single Splenda icing recipe I could find, while it didn't come right out and say, and also add a bunch of sugar, it added it in other ways, like in the form of semi-sweet chocolate chips, or corn syrup, or Splenda sugar mix, which is something that Splenda now sells that actually does, in most recipes, what Splenda was supposed to do, but it does it by making it, half Splenda, half sugar. Well, that's fucking useless for a diabetic. I don't just need to cut down my sugar, I need to cut out my sugar. I want 0 sugar. So, fuck that. I'll go back to just using Splenda recipes. Which is what I should have done from the first place. It was really an act of hopeless optimism to actually try and take Splenda at their word and just use it the way they said it's supposed to be able to be used. So the result is I have cookies that I made today that are technically fully cooked, but very soft. And kind of greasy, because the grease, in this case it was margarine, that's supposed to be reacting with the sugar in the recipe, obviously didn't react. So the margarine is just in there. It's like I might as well have just soaked them in it. Oh well, lesson learned. I have the feeling I'm going to be spending a whole lot of money on baking products soon, but hey, it's a hobby. Hobbies cost money. There's a bunch of shit I need, like a pastry blender and a sifter, and some of these things I may actually have, and we just haven't unpacked them yet. So I'm gonna go over that with Joe, but so I don't go buying things unnecessarily. But still, there's a bunch of things I know I gotta buy. Like I need more flour, I need to get some nutmeg, I need to get I need to see if I can get some brown Splenda. Yes, it does exist. And some molasses, which is technically sugar, but it's an extremely unrefined sugar, so I don't really worry about it too much as long as it's only a little bit in the recipe. And so forth and so on. So those are my adventures in baking for today. The battle continues, and tomorrow I will use a Splenda-based recipe and see if that helps. That's all from me for today, folks. I will see you folks again tomorrow. Bye-bye.